Attention viewers, Nerd needs you to subscribe to his channel to help him reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. You will obey, or you will be exterminated.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerd here once again, and in today's video I am going to be looking at another Doctor Who Reddit leak, again on Reddit. And yeah, just before I get into it, I just want to say thank you very much for the support on the channel recently. It's been absolutely fantastic to see the support on the channel. I am sorry as well for not necessarily doing daily uploads, just because, as I mentioned in my previous video, I've recently moved to uni and obviously I've done a lot of unpacking and everything like that, so my live schedule has been a little bit hectic as well, but I'm getting back into it now. I've got some videos planned, and yes, I am going to be sticking to a more frequent upload schedule of sorts, and obviously going into Series 13, I can't wait to be doing that. So yeah, again as well, just before I get into this Reddit leak, again, I want to say anything that is said on these Reddit pages is take with a huge grain of salt, because chances are they're not true, but it is always fun to speculate. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the video. Alright, so here we go. This Reddit page is called The End of 13 and Cardiff. Things are wrapping up here in Cardiff, and I don't just mean for the BBC Centenary special. Doctor Who will no longer be filmed in Wales. I have just been released from my position working at Roflock for the final time. I have been there for 12 amazing years. None of our team have been informed of who is taking over the show. All we know is that it will now be filmed in England. Very interesting. I have some spoilery information I thought I would just share, since I most likely won't get traced, and I'm not going to get a slap on the wrist if I do, since I'm no longer on set. Series 13's plot concludes within those 6 episodes. The 3 specials are completely different stories, so that's quite interesting there. I was under the illusion that there was going to be like a plot that does kind of have a chapter close off in the initial series, but it will be continued into the special. So that might still be the case, but in terms of, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, again, this might not even be true, but obviously it is worth keeping an open mind with this sort of stuff. But yeah, I do think that might still be the case though, especially with the time this child needed to be wrapped up, and I don't think it can be wrapped up within 6 episodes, personally. But again, we'll just see what happens. So the Centenary special has the same budget as the 50th anniversary special. Very interesting there, and to be fair, I do believe that. And is a replacement for the 60th, as filming for the new series won't begin production for another 2 years. Now, I hope this isn't true, just because I really wanted to see a 60th special. You know, I think Doctor Who should always celebrate its like decade anniversary or whatnot, like 50th, 60th, 70th, whatever. Again, it's not necessarily as a big celebration as half a decade, just another 10 years on top, but it still should be celebrated nonetheless. So if that is true, and I do think that is also likely, I would be sad, but then again, we've got the Centenary special that may have a multi-Doctor story, we don't know yet, but still exciting nonetheless. But anyway, something interesting here. Jodie Whittaker's final scenes will not include a regeneration. The show is going to be rebooted, and from what we've heard, there's no longer going to be a continuous series. Now, not the first time we've heard about a reboot on these Reddit posts, and the whole thing about an open-ended regeneration is something that I hope doesn't happen. You know, I think, you know, just as someone that's big on continuity and loves seeing regenerations as much as a lot of them are sad, I think it would be, it just would be disappointing. Yeah, but then again, I do think the show does need a little bit of a reboot. But yeah, I don't know. Leave a comment on what you think about that. So the crew at Roadblock are honestly the best in the UK television industry, and this is a massive blow for those who have worked with the show since 2004. Some will continue with the show at its new base, but with a high majority are no longer going to be employed by the BBC. Now that is devastating, especially in times like this, like losing your job. It's kind of sad, but the BBC themselves have been doing a lot of rescheduling and changes to like staff and hierarchy and stuff like that. So this whole thing with Doctor Who no longer filming in Cardiff wouldn't surprise me, but as well, we'll just have to see where they end up filming. Will they go to London or something like that? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to find out soon. But we move on to the next bit. We think the content you're about to get from November 2021 till October 2022 is some of the best telly the BBC has to offer. So apparently Series 13 will be kicking off in November, not October. But if that's the case, I do think it'll be very early November. But yeah, I mean, November's looking more likely now because the BBC haven't released any release information for Series 13, and it's nearly the end of September now. So I guess we'll just have to wait for marketing to begin next month. But we move on to continue reading this paragraph. We have been working our asses off, and the cast generally are great people, so please don't give them too much stick if it's not your thing. John Bishop is probably the nicest guy in show business. Also, Chris Chibnall is the best showrunner we've worked with. No ego and just down to earth. His writing may be a bit naff at points, but he is a gentleman and doesn't deserve the stick he gets. Yeah, I have seen some nasty comments about Chris Chibnall online, and yeah, I admit I'm not the the biggest fan of his writing, but I do think there is some extreme comments about him personally. You can criticize his writing by all means, but I think when you make it a little bit threatening and stuff like that, nah. Just not right. But anyway, we move on to the last bit of this paragraph. I think Series 13 will be his redemption. Hopefully fans will see how lucky they are to have him and this cast. As a fan of the show since 1976, I am proud to have worked on this huge hit. We all hope we did it justice, and we hope next team have as great time as we did. So there we go, all wrapped up there. That is one not too long Reddit leak, but very interesting nonetheless. So yeah, let's talk about it. So yeah, a very interesting leak, but yeah, always take it with a huge grain of salt. But some very interesting points to take away from that is that yeah, we are more than likely going to get an open-ended regeneration. We won't see Jodie regenerate. It might be something similar to Sylvester McCoy in the classic series when that was originally taken off air, and you just saw him and Ace walk away into the wilderness. And then we got the wilderness years. I don't know if that's going to happen with Doctor Who at this point, but the fact that Series 14 is heavily rumoured to be a reboot, I think it will probably come back similar to how it came back in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens there. I do think that is likely, but I'm not obviously going to put all my faith into a random Reddit leak, as I continuously advise to all of you. But again, it's always fun to speculate. I do think, especially with this Reddit leak, there's a lot of stuff that makes logical sense, and yeah, kind of seems safe in a lot of ways. But again, we'll just have to see what happens. I can't stress that enough. But we are literally heading towards the end of the Chris Chibnall era now. It definitely has been a very interesting one, a very controversial era. For many reasons, but it'll be exciting to see what happens with the show next, and hopefully we get a switch up of format, and maybe the show can rise up again. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see what happens there. But if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for more nerdy content, as we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I would love to reach that by the end of the month. But if not, reach it by the end of the year. That was my original goal, and that would be equally as fantastic. But yeah, leave a comment as well of what you thought of this Reddit leak. Do you think there's any likelihood behind it or anything like that? But yeah, Leave a like rating, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye for now.